Hey guys, this is a completely different day to the last video.
Yeah, we're not wearing the same thing.
This is your boy, musicninjamat here, with Zixay, Sexay.
You had it the first time.
I was just letting you know the second thing too.
Oh.
You're welcome. Basically, I had the concept for doing some trailer reactions, and then stuff like E3 and San Diego Comic-Con and D23, and so much happened that there is a list of trailers like out of frame. That's how big this list is, and it makes it quite difficult because I'm not making a 2-hour video of us just watching stuff. So I've got the list of upcoming things that I remembered about, basically, and that, you know, just tickled me in my special nerd place.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. First up is Deadpool 2. The trailer's not really a trailer, it was more of the teaser.
Yeah.
Classic Deadpool humour. We had the Stan Lee cameo in there. I did like it. I liked the fact that he references Logan, where he's like, if this was Logan, you'd be fine. What's he wearing? Just a tank top and some jeans. And you're like, oh, that's funny, because Logan came out. Josh Brolin, I think, is playing Cable, and he's also Thanos.
Oh.
And I'm a little bit like, are you allowed? Well, Deadpool is Fox, and I suppose as well, he's the voice. I think there's a difference between a voice and a face. It was like Vin Diesel was Groot, and they were talking about him being Black Bolt, and that would have worked because there's a voice and then there's a face.
Plus, Groot only says, I am Groot.
Yeah, and fucking Black Bolt didn't say anything, so it would have worked out.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I am excited for Deadpool 2. I did really enjoy the first one.
Yeah.
I still hate Fox and just want them to burn to the ground, and for Marvel to own everything, because even if people are like, but you can't have Disney Deadpool, I'm like, no you can't, but you can have Netflix Deadpool.
Which would be amazing.
I'd love a Deadpool show.
Yeah.
Written and directed by, basically, give Ryan Reynolds a camcorder
and
be like, go make 13 episodes of Deadpool, and it would be great.
It would be hilarious.
But I am excited, and I'm excited to see what they do with it, because they're not going to be afraid to go balls to the wall crazy. Be like, what? Cable travels in time. Let's fucking see what we can do with that.
Yeah.
There was a small trailer that came out for, Thor Ragnarok. No big deal. Only it was massive deal. It's very 80s tacular, which I like. I like just the colour palette.
You're more of a fan of the trailer than I am.
Yeah. The thing with me is, I keep saying to everyone, this is the Hulk movie I've always wanted, because I'm a massive Hulk fan. I love that Hulk actually can speak now. I love that it's a buddy cop type film. There's a lot of humour. Apparently they could do a lot of ad-libbing in there. You've got the Grandmaster in there as well, and Jeff Goldblum's weird as hell anyway, so it makes sense. It's the closest we're going to get to seeing Planet Hulk, and that's the thing. I saw the trailer and was like, Planet Hulk, he's in the stuff. Chris Hemsworth in an interview basically said he was bored of Thor, bored of the long hair and the long armour and the hammer, and he kind of turned around and was like, do we have to do another Thor film where that's the deal? He's
right.
I'd rather Thor looked different, acted different, and just basically let's fucking rip apart his entire world and change everything. So they were like, yeah, Ragnarok, man.
Fair enough. I think I just wasn't a fan of the trailer because it was so 80s. I thought it looked kind of cheap. But
yeah, I do get you, yeah.
I feel like when it comes to the actual movie, it'll be, good.
Yeah. And I mean, you've, as well, just quickly, you've got Hela in there, and she looks like she's going to be a great character. Thor should answer a lot of questions as well, because there's a lot of plot lines that kind of hinge around it. And it looks like it's going to have some cool Infinity War ties. We've heard a lot about Infinity War, but I kind of want to wait until I see that trailer, and then I can gush over it there when I've seen an official trailer. So, I mean, there's been a lot of Justice League trailers. I am excited. It's the first time we're going to properly get to see a lot of these characters. I do feel like the film looks, like you were saying about Thor looking cheap, I think this film looks cheap in that it literally, it looks like it was really CGI'd to the point where like they don't even look like they're on sets. They look like everything around them is CGI, which kind of put me out of it a little bit. The tone of this looks like it's a fun comic book movie. There's going to be action, there's going to be some comedy, there is going to be some drama, but it looks like they're trying to get a good balance rather than everyone just being moody.
Yeah.
Which is the trap that the DCEU fell into with Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman.
Oh God, Man of Steel. But yeah, I'm really excited for Justice League. I'm excited for Flash mostly.
Yeah, Flash looks like he's going to be good. I like Batman's dry sense of humour. Aquaman looks like he's just going to deck everyone.
Yeah. Wonder Woman's just awesome.
They did the cliffhanger because who is it? Who arrived?
It's definitely not Superman.
It's probably Superman.
It's probably Superman.
I'd like it to be Green Lantern, but it's probably Superman.
I'd like it to be anybody except Superman.
Yeah.
Unless it's Superman with a different personality.
Yeah, you can have a mullet and wear a black and silver suit instead.
I'd watch that.
Yeah. One of the biggest things that stands out for me in the trailers, it was a comparison I found very interesting that I only literally saw today, where people were saying that Flash feels like, he's probably not, but feels like a response to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, in as much as when Batman's like, we need to go to battle, blah, and he's like, oh, I've never been to battle. He's like, I just push people and run away. And he's like the kid that's like, no, you don't understand, like, I deal with bank robbers, not like
war,
not parademons and like world-ending threats.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
You know, the maple card. Star Wars had trailers.
Did it?
Fucking nothing happens in them.
I didn't even realise.
Nothing happens in them.
I know.
Do you know why I'm excited for Episode 8? Because Mark Hamill's in it.
But wasn't he really pissed off at what they'd done to Luke?
In the least big-headed way possible to the man. He's like, well, every fucker wants Mark Hamill. And then in Episode 7, you didn't really put me in there.
Yeah.
So I'm upset, and I'm like, so am I. Because people love Harrison Ford, and I get why. But Harrison Ford's attitude towards Star Wars is, I don't care.
Whereas Mark Hamill
is like, I love Star Wars.
Yeah, so you want to see him.
Carrie Fisher did film some scenes, so it'll be interesting. The film will basically be a dedication to her, no doubt. They killed off Han. I'd rather they did a big, like a funeral scene for Leia, and I'd rather they had it so it's a funeral for Leia, but it's also a tribute to Carrie.
Yes.
Don't CGI her for an entire Episode 9 film. Just don't do that.
Don't do it.
But when I look at it that way, I'm like, obviously they didn't plan for Carrie to pass away. The plan was probably to have her the whole time, but I think if they write Leia's death in 8, I'm like, well, that's Han in 7, Leia in 8, and I'm like, it would feel right if Luke died in 9, and the 3 originals, like, get their whole story told from, like, you know, beginning to end. The only thing that excites me about these trailers is it's called The Last Jedi, and I'm like, does that mean Jedi as in Rey is the last Jedi? Does it mean plural Jedi, and that Luke's actually been training people like he has done in some of the books?
I didn't know he's been doing that in some of the books.
Yeah, and at one point Luke's like, he says in the trailer, all I know is the Jedi have to end, and some people took that as like, Luke's evil, and I'm like, they won't do that. They might, but they better not.
I hope they don't.
I am excited for it, more excited than I was for Rogue One, because I didn't think I liked Force Awakens, and then I saw Rogue One and realised I actually really hate Rogue One, so I liked Force Awakens more, so it actually made me more excited for Episode 8.
Yes.
So, Cloak and Dagger, they both are very young looking in it.
Okay.
You don't see much as far as like powers go, but I like Cloak and Dagger as characters. They're interesting, fun characters. It is going to be part of the MCU. And it's just got a very teen drama thing to it. Because what I like with Marvel, what they try and do with their shows, is throw out as many different tones as possible.
Yeah, so there's something for everyone.
Yeah. To be fair, I think DC's done something similar completely by accident. Arrow and Flash, very different tones. I don't think they did that on purpose.
It
but
just kind of happened.
Yeah. I'm fine with characters that they look at and go, yeah, you at the most you'd get a cameo in a film. But I also don't want a ton of shows. At the moment, there is more superhero shows than there is days in the week. And it's just if we get to a point where DC and Marvel have 20 shows each, it's just not going to work. You will literally get to a point where you're going to have to go, I need to pick. I'm either watching DC or I'm watching Marvel.
Yeah.
And
I don't want that.
I don't want that, but the companies probably do.
Yeah, probably.
So, not a film or a TV show, but Battlefront had a trailer. There's been a couple of games that have had trailers, and I'm very like, yeah, that looks alright, but it shrugged it off. The only one that springs to mind, the one with the monkey in that I showed you, where there's the monkey and the pig, and the graphics really good, and the monkey's like a Cockney gangster.
Oh, yeah.
Beyond Good and Evil, you know what I'm on about.
Yes.
Really good trailer, looks like a fun game. This Battlefront, they're going off the Star Wars hype, fair enough, it works. And this one, they actually put a storyline in it. And it looks like EA listened. It goes throughout all the eras, which is good, but guaranteed they will still be like, and there's DLC for £50 because that's how EA makes
all its money.
Yeah.
And
I didn't bother with the first one. I played the beta, and then
the first one.
And then when I was like, wait, I have to pay £120 just to get the full game, I was like, no.
My family chipped in and my dad got it for his birthday, so...
Oh, fairs.
Yeah, so I was playing. It was alright.
Fair.
It wasn't worth that much.
No.
But it was a decent game.
I'm not about to run out and pre-order it, but I might buy it if it gets good reviews, so...
Yeah.
We had a Batman Harley Quinn trailer because this is the next animated film. I bought Justice League Dark and Judas Contract, so I've now got the two newest ones and updated the collection. So this will be the next one that comes out, and it actually looks pretty fun. Like, people like Harley, people like Batman. Batman usually, his animated stuff is good.
Yes.
The only thing that I was like, will this work? Oh, I want to call her Melissa. See all the research we do before we click record?
Yep.
Bernadette from Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
Yeah, she's voicing Harley Quinn, and I'm just like...
Okay.
I'm like, just get Tara to do it.
Yeah, why? What is
She
that
could be
problem
good.
with Tara?
When I think of her, I think of Bernadette's squeaky little ass voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not Harley Quinn. We've got Defenders. Have you watched Iron Fist? I've managed to watch all of the Netflix stuff. Actually quite a big fan of all of the shows. And
Yeah.
Defenders apparently is a mini-series, which means it won't be 13 episodes, it'll be more like 6, which I think I'd actually prefer. Because 13 episodes, that's 13 hours worth of story. And in all the Netflix shows, there's a lot of filler stuff in there.
A lot.
We basically got season 1 and 2 of Luke Cage because... you had Cottonmouth, and then he just died.
Yeah.
And then it was Diamondback, and I was like, oh.
I wasn't really a fan.
But the Defenders trailer does look good. I like the humour and the dynamic between people like Iron Fist, who are like, we could be a team, and this is awesome. And people like Jessica, who are like, no. That's
just straight up no.
And I like how you've got Sigourney Weaver's in it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Obviously, Elektra's going to be resurrected. You have Stick trying to sort of... he's like the Nick Fury of the Defenders.
Which is weird, because Stick doesn't give a shit either.
The music they used, and I like that it's got humour in it, and the action. There's one where, like, one by one they're hitting somebody, but they're, like, leaping over each other, and then Iron Fist like bounces off the wall and smacks somebody, and then there's just the four of them stood with like bodies everywhere. Looks really cool. Really excited. It comes out August 18th. Inhumans, which they were like, we're going to make an Inhumans film,
and I got really excited.
I was alrightly excited. Marvel not having the X-Men finally forced them to pushed the Inhumans in a way they haven't done before. For Inhumans fans, it is fantastic.
But for everyone else.
Well, I read the whole all new Inhumans and Uncanny Inhumans run from just after Secret Wars. I own both of those, enjoyed the crap out of both of those. The fear is that Marvel will just start turning around and going, they were never a mutant, they were always an Inhuman.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't want Wolverine to be an Inhuman or anything stupid like that.
Yeah.
Obviously the movie they were like is now going to be a show. That kind of works in as much as on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. they were really pushing the Inhumans. That helped Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. though, because it gave it proper story arcs and like the show started to pick up when the Inhumans turned up.
Actual powered people.
This trailer's been getting a lot of hate. I personally really liked the trailer. The only thing I do have a problem with, people were dissing the costumes and I was like, I don't see what's wrong with the costumes.
It's literally just one.
I actually think Black Bolt's redesign is really good, nice looking.
Yeah, it's just the one costume.
Maximus is great. Lockjaw looks great. Like
Lockjaw does look great.
The CGI, considering it's a fucking TV show, looks great. It is Medusa. She is the one that looks... Her hair looks crap. The costume's too in your face. The animation for her hair is awful. You know, like, everyone else looks fine, and the show just looks fun. People are like, oh my god, the animation looks terrible. Do you not remember, I think it's the first episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where Coulson flies away in Lola, and it looks fucking terrible.
Well,
but of course it does. It's a TV show. There's not a massive budget for TV shows in general, and like, I don't give a fuck. It might look a little bad, but as long as the show is good, I don't really care.
As long as the thing happens.
Yeah. So, I am excited for it. It's doing the big IMAX release, which I think is interesting. One that I was just like, okay, by the looks of it, it's going to be part of the Arrowverse on CW, and that's Black Lightning. It's just adding another character to that universe.
Yeah, I know nothing about it.
Trailer looks alright. I've read comics with him in, but bad ones, like Final Crisis.
What's his powers?
He's just lightning powers and fastness, and he's just there. But that's the thing. I guess I'll like watch the pilot and see.
It's just have to wait.
The Gifted, which I'm fairly certain, unlike Legion, they have said like this is part of the X-Men film universe.
I'm really sad they didn't do that with Legion.
The thing is, with a lot of these shows, because they're like, no, we want the good mutants for the movies.
Yeah.
They either dig up really obscure ones, or they make them up. Like, I think in the Mutant X show, I was reading through the characters, and I'm like, who?
Yeah, who knows?
There's a lot of TV stuff coming out, to be fair.
But if it's anything like Legion, then I'm gonna love it. I adored Legion.
Yeah, I want a trailer for the New Warriors, and I'm hoping that is in the MCU.
Yes.
Because that would be cool. Black Panther looks a lot better than I thought, because honestly, didn't really care about this film.
But after
he
seeing
was
the trailer,
okay in Civil War. Everyone was like, wasn't Black Panther awesome? And I was like, Spider-Man though.
Yeah.
And I was like, Black Panther was there also.
Yeah.
And his storyline was a bit crap.
He scratched Cap's shield at one point.
Yeah, and he just wanted to punch Bucky in the face, but that was him. The song used says "Step into the Spotlight," and it's the fact that Wakanda, as a nation living in the shadows, is finally revealed to the world. Claw's finally is back, so Andy Serkis hasn't been forgotten as a character. They are using him. Martin Freeman's character's back. I like, they're not forgetting about these characters. They are building a universe, and it does just look badass.
It looks so good.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. The only other trailer I can think of, it's not, those were the ones I had written down, but it's one that the more I watch, the more I'm like, I'm actually starting to give a shit, is Death Note. Because everyone is hating on it. I'm one of those people where I'm like, it's not the same as the anime or the manga. It's not. They've basically taken the character names, the concept of the Death Note, just put it in America. But Ryuk looks amazing. His voice by Willem Dafoe is great. And I'm like, well, I don't know what's going to happen, which is why I'm excited to watch it. If you've already, if you've watched the anime, if you've read the manga, you're basically watching a film where shot for shot...
You've already seen exactly what's going to happen.
Whereas in this, I'm like, well, I don't know what's going to happen. So I
that's
actually want to
exciting,
watch
yeah.
it. Yeah. So unpopular opinion for people. But yeah, those are all the trailers and stuff. That's all the shit that's coming out that I picked up on. There's probably a lot more that slipped through. What stuff are you guys excited for? Is there anything that you are excited for that no one else seems to be? Or is there stuff that people are really hyped on that actually you're really not fussed about? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to also give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel to grow, which is what we're trying to do. And subscribe as well. If you go down to the description below, that's where we kind of keep all our news and links and updates. So check that out as well. Danke for viewing. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Oh.